Hi, this is Jonathan. How you guys doing? In today's video, we're going to feature this unit from XSonic. This is the XSonic Xtone Pro. Now the way I configure the Xtone Pro to work with the bias effects too is through this MIDI cable, right? And this is linked up to a sort of like a camera, Apple camera kit right here, and then it goes into the iPad. There is an additional lightning port here where you can hook this up to a power supply so that your iPad would not run out of juice in the middle of anything that you're doing. Now the unit itself, on the left side, this 2 button I've configured to go preset up and preset down. Preset up, preset down, down, up, right? And then for here, I've configured it to activate the boost, which is I think over here. You can see that, right? So that's the boost or overdrive. And over here, I'm controlling the delay, on, off, right? And then over here I have the tremolo. You can see the tremolo over here. And right at this corner, this discrete little corner, kind of out of the way so that I don't accidentally activate it. This is where I assign my tap tempo to be. So I can actually set my tap tempo for here. Now on the bias effects, if you're using bias effect, of course you have to head down to the setting, and then to the MIDI setting, right, and then head down to the global MIDI control, and this is where you can set up what you want to do with your tap tempo, with metronome on and off, or your previous preset or next preset, which I just did on the left side of the unit, right? So I'm just going to do the tap tempo again so that you can see what's happening. All you do is just press learn and then hit the button that I want to control, and that's it. You're all set, right? And that's about it. Now for the other parameters that you want to control with the rest of the foot switch over here, you can hit down to amps, effects, and control assignment. And this is where it's easy. You can actually scroll through your overdrive, whatever setting that you need to do. Just head down to, for example, to your drive, right? Once you're in the drive, you just have to long press it, right? And then you'll come up with this screen, so you can actually kind of like assign any of the foot switch to control either the power on or off, and the amount of drive, and all, and you know, whatever parameters that they have available. Pretty cool, right? Now there are many versions for the Xtone by XSonic. This is the Pro version, in which you have a additional input here, an XLR input where you can hook up your mic, and it also doubles as a stereo input, just in case you want to hook up to your keyboards or whatever. Or the microphone can hook up to here, and then you can use the apps that is meant for vocals in the App Store. It's pretty cool. You know, you can do a whole lot of effects if you want to. You also can hook up to a loop app and a looper app. Yeah, something to think about and to play around with. At the side here, you have an expression out, so you hook up to a TRS cable where you can hook up to an expression pedal, and then you have a pad switch where you can kind of like bring down a couple of dBs from your input of your guitar or whatever input that you have. On this corner, you have the 9-volt power in, and then the USB, and then you have a MIDI in and a MIDI out, right? And you have a headphone out, and then you have a power switch. Right. On the left side, you have a XLR out mono, and you have a stereo 1/4 inch out. Right. Other than that, nothing. So on the front face, you have two control. One is the gain, where you can kind of like decide on how much is coming in, especially for the XLR in. Right. And when it's a clip, you better watch out. And then you can actually activate the 48-volt phantom power by hitting one of the switches here. I haven't gone through that yet because I'm primarily using this as a guitar rig. This unit is also capable of true monitoring, where you can actually hear everything, whatever is coming in, and you can actually hear the clean signal that's coming in. And then you have the volume, where this controls the volume, overall volume out through your XLR and through your 1/4 inch. Nice sturdy knob, yeah. Quite nice. Now the thing that I'm impressed with is the sound quality that comes out. I'm pretty impressed because it's recordable. You know, all I did was to hook this line out into my Apollo Twin, and I'm in business. You can also use this as an interface via the USB out. Pretty neat. I want to thank the good folks from XSonic for passing this unit for review, and also Davis guitar for passing it to me. Right. First saw it in a couple of videos on YouTube, and I was quite enthralled by it. And well, they actually sent me this to kind of play around with, and yeah, interesting. Well, basically, it's like a interface. It's a MIDI junction box. You know, it's like a whole lot of stuff in it. You know, or you basically have XLR in or 1/4 inch in for your guitar or for your microphone. This is the Pro version, which you have the additional XLR in. And basically these 6 switches can control via MIDI with the USB are certain parameters on whatever apps that you're using. Like this works really well with your iPad, or with your Android phone or whatever. I haven't tried it on Android phones. I only tried it on my iPad. And there are a couple of apps that are available right now for guitarists, like the Bias Effects, the Bias Amp2, Bias Effects 2, and a whole lot of other stuff, like some of the vocal effects, some loopers. So all this is controllable through this unit, and the sound that used to come out from the iPad through your headphone is coming out from here, and you have stereo out if you choose to, or just a mono XLR out. A bit disappointing though. I was hoping for a stereo XLR out. That would be like really cool. But in any case, so you have a stereo line out, right? And you can control the volume through this volume knob here. And the gain right here controls whatever input is coming in through the XLR, like for example your microphone, and you even have a 48 volt capability for you, so you can actually activate the 48 volt if your microphone needs a 48 volt, right? And yeah, basically that's it, and the parameters you are able to control and configure whatever you want. Like you can have this to do a preset up and down, or you can have it like preset 1, preset 2, preset 3, preset 4, preset 5, preset 6 if you want to, or go into Stompbox mode where you can have every foot switch controlling each and every stomp effects that you have in your chain. When I'm reviewing these products, I try to picture myself using this in real time, in a real scenario. So what I did was to have this two as a preset up and down, so I can just scroll between. So basically I just need two, a clean and a really heavy distort setup. So the clean setup will ideally have a overdrive in there somehow if I want to kick in some boost, and it would have all the reverb and whatnot, the delays and all that. And then for the heavy distortion, I would probably have the amps, the killer amps, and the distortion overdrive and noise gate and maybe delay, and that's pretty much what I use for soloing. So basically I just do preset up and down, and then these three are like for a Stompbox mode where I can activate certain effects on and off. And then I have this as a tap tempo where I can kind of like sync my delay to the tempo of the song. Easy, and you can hook up an expression pedal if I want to. If you want to, you can hook up an expression pedal with a TRS cable, and you can control your volume, or you can even use that as a wah-wah. Yeah, it's a wah-wah. Wah-wah. Yeah, cool little nifty little unit. I think it's really useful if you're like me. Sometimes you don't want to carry a whole lot of stuff. Like I would try this in church one day when I'm serving in church. I would like to try this. I think it will work. If I have a set where I have a whole palette of sound to play around with, then maybe I would think twice. Maybe I probably need more capable units to do this. But for a short gig, for a simple gig where you just need a rig setup and you can play around with your pedals, this is the one to go. And all you need to do is to carry this and an iPad, which got me thinking, like, if I'm carrying an iPad and this, then I need another iPad for my charts, right? Unless I wing it and just memorize the whole set. Yeah, so something to think about. And the other way, you can actually use your iPhone, and it will work just as well. I think it will work the same, Yep. So I'm gonna put a price down here. The unit is available, I think, most everywhere. In Singapore, it's available in Davis Guitar. So if you're in Singapore, you just might want to check them out, right? And yeah, interesting. Let me know what you think about this unit, and leave a comment in the comment section down below. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up and join this channel, right? And press that bell to be notified of future videos, and be part of the Patrons to support this channel. I want to thank each and every one of them for the love, kindness, and friendship. Thank you guys. So in the meantime, you guys please take care of yourself. Be wise, be smart, stay safe. Ciao.